Hey Stampers, it's Gator again. I mentioned yesterday I was coming back to do a box that was inspired by the gorgeous Anne Melvin. I love Anne, Positively Paper Crafts. She is a fabulous crafter, and I love to watch her videos. This one, I didn't watch the video. Yes I did. I tell porcupines. I did watch, only for the corners, because this box has got unusual corners, and that was the only bit I needed to look at. The rest was very straightforward but very beautiful, and it looks like it would take you ages, but it's not. It's this beautiful. Look at these corners on these boxes, just absolutely gorgeous. The diamond or the triangle corner gift box, I'm calling it. Triangle or diamond shape, it's entirely up to you. It does open from the bottom. The gorgeous Anne did use a die in there from the medallions, Eastern Palace, but I decided not to fully copy, God bless her, not copy but case. So I used these gorgeous snowflakes from the new, oh, I've just dropped one of my dies, oh gosh, let me just get that, otherwise I'll lose it forever. There we go, for another project. These are the Snowfall Thinlits. They're not available to customers yet until the 1st of November, and they're only available for a month, and they coincide with these two stamp sets, Happiness Surrounds and Snow is Glistening. Love these, and that's what those two dies were out of. Oh yeah, stamps, sorry. So I'm going to be showing this gorgeous snowflake, and I'm going to use it again because I think on top of that beautiful box, Anne did have a ribbon as well. You could add a ribbon, so but I think it stays closed all by its own self. You do need thick either DSP or use cardstock and then decorate your sides, but I think it's best done in the designer series paper, so you don't have to cut these funny angles. But it's so easy to make. It looks difficult, but it's really not, you know. And that's that gorgeous large die. That was one for the top, and believe it or not, for the centre, that was just a layering die on top, and it was this one. And it cuts it out. So what I did, I added that on dimensionals, so I'll show you that bit when we get to it. There's a set, there we go. If you line the holes up, you know that's going to stay perfectly in the centre. So we're going to be using, oh, what's it called now? You know the velvet paper, there's a velvet paper, velveteen. I think one of the Stampin' Up! Demonstrators described it as velveteen, but on the paper itself, when it comes, it just says velvet, white velvet. So I'm going to be using that, and I'm choosing to use my own stash because this is really good thick paper and it makes wonderful little boxes. As long as you're not putting nothing too heavy in there, this is perfect. But that's going to be the inside. This is going to be the outside. The star and the snowflake, absolutely gorgeous. And I've got a piece cut out somewhere, if I can find it. It's probably on my desk with all this other junk I've got here. Yes, there it is. And I've already cut these out, but I'm not going to use that centerpiece on this one, because I'm going to add this one on top, and we're going to build. You can carry on building this. I did try and cut this out of vellum, and because it's a new die, not a chance. It ripped every time. Even when I did it 3 layers thick, it ripped every single one as I was trying to take it out. So if anyone's got any tips on, because it's such an intricate die as well, every time I poke through it put holes. So but I've got to use these two beautiful dies, and I'm curling the ends up just a little bit to give a bit of dimension. Not so much on, well yeah, you could. This is that velveteen. Can you see the fleck on it? It's like the stuff off the Santa's workshop with that felt That's the velvet. And I've sprayed this, believe it or not, with shimmer spray, but it's not picking up. But I have sprayed it on here. It's just gorgeous. So I'm going to dome those together and add a dimensional, and then we're going to put a gorgeous little rhinestone in the centre, or maybe one of the clear faceted gems, and that is going to be my decoration for the top of this box. But these are gorgeous, and you don't ever see me die cut out anyway because I can't fetch the machine over. I've had really bad cramp in my hands for the last 3 days now, and it's been horrendous. So look how cute it is though. But I may add a ribbon, I may not. It's entirely, I think we'll judge that when we come to it, but I'm going to show you how to make the box first. Like I say, these are my decorations. They're going to be dimensional together, so we'll give it a bit of height. This one I just left flat, but how cute are these? Just so gorgeous. So I'm going to have to pop them to one side. And I'm going to fetch in my scoring tool. And I'm just moving so I can read my instructions. And I'm using the larger because you've got a chance this could crack, so be careful. So on the long side we're going to score at 1.5, 4.5, 6 and 9. Turn it to the short side then. We're going to score this at 1/2 inch, 2 inches, 5 inches and 6.5. Perfect. We're going to be doing a little bit of marking and I'm going to need this tool again, so leave that out. So this is going to be the top of the box, and these are going to be your corners that we're going to have to score and measure now. So you need a pen, a pencil and a ruler, and we're going to use the centimetres. And what we're going to do is just concentrating on this area here. You're going to put your ruler on that score line, and you're going to mark at 2 centimetres that way and 2 centimetres that way. Flip your card this way and put that on the line at the 2 centimetres, and you're going to mark 2 centimetres this way and 2 centimetres this way. That way you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to do that on all these corners. And then what we're going to do between those lines, we're going to score like that to the score line, to that one, from the score line to the score line, and you're going to make little squares till they meet up like that. So you're basically going to have that shape, and then you can take your rubber and you can remove your score line, your markings then. So we're going to repeat that process on all these corners. I do apologise, you can skip the next bit if you want, but it's entirely up to you. Just having a little dot this time, and I'm doing it right. Got to do it on the score line, so if you do it one way and then you do it the other way. So I'm going to do all my dots this time. Oh, I can barely see that. I can. And then I'm going to move across and do it to this one as well. Thank you, Anne. Your tutorial on these corners was perfection as always. You do an amazing job, my darling, and thank you. I will post this in your group as well, and thank you in there as well for your little idea. It's just amazing. I'm still got the gravelly throat and the runny nose, and oh well, we have to carry on crafting. Last one. But watch how simple this box comes together. I'm just making sure you can see my line. You probably can't see them. I can. I'm going to lift them up. Can you see the dots I've done now? Yes. Yeah, you can. And then the score lines. I've got to be careful with that rubber. It's starting to pull off the colour of the cardboard. So, and only due to the score line, try not to go over, so it's starting the score line, finishing the score line. Start in the score line, finish in the score line. And there we go, you've got that square, depending on which way you look, or diamond. Perfect. Because this paper as well doesn't need, look, see, yeah, you can see it's pulling off the colour. Perfect. So I'm going to rub them out as I'm going along. I'm not going to go heavily over this paper because I don't want my pattern to ruin. So starting the score line, finishing the score line. You could go over a couple of times. Yeah. But that's how you get those little corners. They're just so adorable. Right. Now I've done it back. Oh, there it is. I can see it. There we go. And I've got one more left to do. But start in the score line up into that score line. They don't look full on square, but they are. But so you've got this lovely diamond shape, or if you turn your card this way, so it looks like a square. And now my pencil lines need to be removed. Perfect. And last one. Ooh, and then we can start trimming away the bits we don't need. And keeping the ones we do. We don't want to get rid of those. So, just come on, there we go. Into the score line. There we go. So I'm just going to remove those dots. Perfect. So now you should end up with this. Can you see there where I've rubbed too hard? Yeah, that's very... Right, you're going to take this now and we're going to remove these four shapes here. I'm keeping that because that's the bottom where the box will close. No need to... You can just trim right along the edge of the score line on the inside to take it away. And just don't go mad and take too much, but I cut up that way. I'm not going to pull because it leaves little... There we go. So literally trim off that line. And then trim off that one as well. I'm just cutting at the side of it. trim this one away as well, so just taking the score line. There we go. So we don't need those. Right, can I remember this bit now? Ooh. We need those, but now we need to cut up in the centre of the score line, up to that one. Up to that one. Up to that one. And up to that one. Right, can I just have a look in my box? I am just making sure. Right, you need to remove these flaps. And then mitre slightly, just on the side. So remove your flap and just mitre a fraction on the side. And do that all round. It would help if that was a straight line gainer up to the score line. There we go. And this last one, remove this and up to the line. So they're the bits we don't need. These are the bits we do. So I'm just going to take my corner round. I'm going to round these two corners off to make it look a little bit neater. Beautiful. There we go. And now we can burn it. You don't even have to go heavy here. I'm not even going to use my bone folder. Not on this flap especially, because you need that resistance to come back and keep the box closed. So I'm just folding everything with my fingers. These are going to be your inner flaps on the bottom of your box, so these, when it pulls up and it tucks around, it'll tuck into them behind there. So again, don't want to burnish them too tight so they can flop either way. And I'm just using my finger as along the score line. And this one here. Right, now what we're going to do, you're going to burnish these little score lines. They're not the easiest, but they're not the worst, I promise you. You're going to just fold them and burnish them. Just a little bit. They will go once you start to pinch your sides together, and then you will see the difference once we have burnished them. A little bit tricky, but just pinch. Try and pinch along the line now, Gainer, that would help. There we go. And then in there as well. Just give it a bend. And then what we're going to do, we're going to glue this so you can get it to bend. This is going to glue inside here. There we go. You want that to push. You want it to pull those together. And this then is going to get glued right up in there to there. like that. You need these flaps, and that's where you get that little diamond shape. Isn't that cute? Love it. So I'm just going to burnish. No, in fact, yes I am. I'm going to burnish those little fold lines. Should have creased them a little bit better with, give them a, oops, there we go, springing. Just give them a little pinch. In there as well. I think this one will just go automatically once you pull them corners around. Because that one then is going to get adhered. Once you've lined this up, you think, oh my gosh, you got too much. No, because once you pull your triangle down, you think you've got too much because of this flap. You've got to make sure that it's glued over to the edge perfectly, and it will fit perfectly just on that score line there. This bit is going to get tucked in here, so don't worry about your flaps. In fact, you can fold them over. Just give them a little pinch, nothing too hefty. So there's the back two we've done. We're just going to do the front two now. So again, fold them over. Fold this one. And then I'd say basically fold this one so you can start to get that shape. Try and go along the score line gainer. There it is. Give that a little pinch. And I think then this one, when it goes to go, it will go down. It will cause that score line to fold. It does look a little bit tricky, but please trust me, it's not. And once it's in place, it's just so cute. So when that one gets folded over now, that one's going to get adhered to there. And you've got that shape. Just give them a little pinch when you've got it in that shape. Use your nail then to get it sharpened and into the corner. But look how cute that is. I will put a link to Anne's video as well in the description bar, and she'll show you how she did hers with the medallions die, which looks absolutely amazing, by the way. But like I say, I wanted to do something a little bit different. You only want to pinch up, so don't try not to crease this back here. So one more. I'm just gonna, it does look fiddly, but it's, trust me, it's not. It will fall into place. So just, and then when this one comes around, it'll start to form that shape. So that you're basically tucking it onto itself, and that gives you that back shape. So you don't really have to crease that one. It's these three you mainly do. So, and then when you get the edge to edge, look, it fits perfectly. But it's so cute. Oh my god. And you could even have that as the bottom of your box, you know, and have the lid on the top, but I like it on the top. So let's get some gluing done. Excuse me. So basically what you're going to glue is all of this flap except the triangle right up into there. Will you come out the way? Where did I start? There. So you're going to glue along here. Glue along here. And along that diamond edge. And then you're going to pull this around. Get it right on that edge. Right along that crease with that crease. And then just pinch that. Just keep hold of it for a second. This glue is crazy, crazy good. and it will, you can even get your little bone folder in there, cause that diamond shape, triangle shape, diamond, it's entirely up to you. And that one is stuck, and you get those insides like that. So I'm going to do it to this one as well. I'm going to do it to them all actually. And try and get as close as you can to these edges. And then twist that round.